What's up YouTube? Austin coming at you with Vaporleaf.com. Today we're going to be talking about the MVP 3.0 Pro. So let's go ahead and dive down in and take a look at what we get. Alright, here we are down in close with the iTaste MVP 3.0 Pro. Let's go ahead and open her up and see what we get inside the box here. So we're going to go ahead and slide it out of this sleeve here. And we're going to pop this lid open. Alright, so you're going to get a nice charge cable with it. It's going to be micro USB. You're going to get a 510 to Ego adapter. You're going to get an I-sub-G tank with it, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. And then we're going to get the MVP itself. So there have been quite a few iterations of the MVP, pardon me. This is actually going to be the 5th iteration of it. There was the original, then there was the version 2, then there was the 20 watt, then the 3.0, and then the 3.0 Pro. So let's see, original, 2, 20, 3, and 3 Pro. Yeah, so this is the 5th version of it. And these are remarkably durable devices. So if you're looking for a device that just is probably going to have the best luck of not breaking on you, this is it right here. I sell these to primarily construction workers, oil workers, anybody who just has a inherently high impact life, or just wants to have a vape and not worry about breaking it. This thing is about as durable as they come. That being said, you still can break them. I have seen them break, but it's much harder than other devices. So just jumping into it here real quick, it has a 0.2 ohm capability, so it can fire 0.2 ohm. It's going to have 60 watt capabilities of it. We do have a spring-loaded 510, and we do also have a battery indicator light up here. It's going to be light up green, yellow, and red. Green is going to be from 100 to 60%. Yellow is going to be from 60 to 30, and then red is going to be from 30 to 0. On the face here, you have your fire button, your screen, your up and down buttons, and then your charge port. You've got a little bit of dimpling and branding. Same thing on this side, nothing really other than some marks right here. And then on the bottom, we have some more USB port stuff. Now these, as you can see, it says right there, output. So this is your input right here. So this is to charge your device. And these are your outputs, so these are to charge other devices off of them. So now it comes with a micro USB built into it, so we can just pull this little rubber cord out there, and we have a micro USB charge cable right there. So if you have a micro USB, you wouldn't even need a cable. It comes built in right there. Now whenever you are charging devices off of this, it obviously is draining battery off of the device, but in emergency situations this can definitely be very handy. If you had something like an iPhone or some other device that used a mini USB or something other than the micro USB, you would just take your cable, plug it right into there, and then you would be able to charge it, whatever device you wanted from there. Alright, so I hit the button right now and it is off. So 3 clicks to get it on, so 1, 2, 3. Innokin Technologies, and then pops to the screen right there. We're in wattage right now. To get to voltage, you're going to hit the fire button and the minus button simultaneously, so we'll do that. And it'll flash into voltage. And then if we just do the exact same thing but with the plus button, it's going to pop back into wattage. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave it in wattage right here, so I'm going to go ahead and hit that fire button. One of the cool things about this device is that it won't adjust or immediately. So when I hit the button, it's not adjusting. I can click it a million times and it's not going to adjust anything. So that's one of the cool things, so you can throw it in your pocket and it won't adjust. To adjust it, all that you would do is either press the minus or the plus button and hold it until it starts flashing, and then click it, and then you're able to scroll or just do your clicks with it, and you can go up or down with that. We also do have a battery indicator right on the side. Thought I'd mention that real quick. And just to show you up top, and no atomizers on there, let me throw my dripper on there real quick. You can, let's see if I can get this in focus. There we go. So you can see that green light light up. It's not very bright at the moment. But you can kind of see it pop on there. So it's green right now. As you can see, it is a fully charged battery, so that makes sense. Once it got down to about 60%, that would change to yellow, and when it got down to 30%, it would go to red. Alright, getting back into it here. So we showed you the voltage and the wattage there. Once again, I'll just go ahead and do that. And so scrolling up here, it'll go all the way up to 60 watts. But you got to be careful and you got to watch it, because if you're not careful, once it gets to 60 watts and you keep going, it will round robin back down to 6. Though on the other hand, you can just go down and it'll round robin back up to 60 watts. So yeah, guys, that's the MVP. 0.2 ohms, 60 watts. Tough as nails, and can charge other devices off of it. So let's go ahead and hop back up. Oh, never mind. The tank. Sorry about that, guys. So the iSub-G. So the iSub-G tank, once again, like I was saying, this whole device is actually designed for durability. So with this tank right here, one of the durability features to it is going to be the threading down here. Now these threads are designed to be very soft. Now that's so if this is threaded together and it was to take a fall like that right onto the tank, it would strip the threads on the coil out instead of the threads on the device. So you're replacing the threads on the tank instead of the device. Now, well, you'd say, well, that sucks. I'm having to replace a tank instead of a device. Why wouldn't you just make both of them stronger? Well, the beautiful part about that is if we unscrew the airflow right here, we're going to have this coil right here. And this just pulls right out of the base. And connected to the bottom of that coil are the threads. So that is just a fantastic idea in my personal opinion. So if you were to drop this accidentally and strip your threads out, all that you're having to do is replace a very cheap coil that you'd be replacing anyways, instead of a tank or a device or both. So with this coil, it does have a little bit of a spit screen up on the top of it. This can make it a little bit hard to prime, especially with thicker liquids. The way I personally like to prime is I block the airflow off on the bottom of the coil. You see you have a nice big square on either side of airflow. So I take a Kleenex and I block that off. And then I just put juice in the top until I start to see the first sign of juice coming through these juice inlets. And then I let it soak in, and then I just start pressing on the top a little bit. That creates a little bit of pressure and pushes juice out of these little inlets right here. So once it's primed up, you can see that it has kind of this flat-sidedness to it, and there are these slots right here. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to pick those up, but it has these little slots right here. And so when we push this in, right now it's not sitting into the slot, so I'm just going to go ahead and twist it, and it's going to pop right down into those slots. Let's see if I can, yeah, right there. So you can see right there, it's sitting on top of the slots. I'm going to turn it, and it's just going to sit right into those slots. We'll go ahead and take our airflow, screw that on there, and we'll just screw it all the way until it opens. And that's basically all that I screw it down to. Then to fill the tank, we're going to go ahead and unscrew it from the glass seam right here. So there you can see the top of your coil right there, and there's the tank. It is a little bit of a tight space right there, so if you're using a glass dropper, it can be a little bit difficult to fill it, but with most plastic bottles, you shouldn't have an issue, or any glass bottles that have smaller droppers to them. And this glass, from what I can tell, is removable. My hands are a little bit slick right now, so I'm not really able to pop it off. I haven't heard of replacement glass for these. I'm sure it exists somewhere. We just don't carry it at the moment. And then the final thing is it will have a removable mouthpiece to it. And that is going to be a wide bore with a Delrin base to it. Alright guys, I mean it this time. We are done. Let's go ahead and jump back up and we'll go ahead and finish this guy up. Alright guys, so that was the MVP 3.0 Pro. This is going to come in a few different colors. We carry black, pink, silver, blue and gold for the MVP 3.0 Pro. Like I was saying, this is just a remarkably durable device. I have seen these things go through hell and just keep on going. Once again, that doesn't mean to say that you can't break it. That if you're trying, you'll be able to with just about any of these devices. But for somebody who wants their device to continue working for a long amount of time and just has an inherently high impact life, these have just been wonderful devices and very difficult to break if you're not trying to. The tank fits really nicely on top of it, looks really nicely. I really like the performance of the tank as well. The wattage recommendations on this, they only have half ohm coils on the iSub-Gs, so I recommend running it in between 30 and 45 watts. Preferably 35 and 45, somewhere in that area. 30 is just a tiny bit low for it, but if 35 is a little too hot for you, feel free to move it down to 30 watts and you'll still get an okay result out of it. You just might run into some flooding issues and the coil might burn out a little bit quicker than it would if you were running it at 35 to 40 watts. So that was it, guys, the MVP Pro. As always, if you like the video, make sure to hit that like button, and as always, make sure to hit the subscribe button to get all the newest, latest, and greatest videos. You guys have a fantastic day. Bye now.